Good morning. Welcome to your math review video for Monday, May 4th. I hope you had a great weekend. Our first problem is subtraction. We're doing 7,528 minus 2,889. There, that's a little better. Scoot in even closer. There. Okay, so we'll start in the ones place. We cannot do 8 minus 9 because 8 is smaller than 9. So we have to regroup from the tens place. We now have 1 10 and 18 ones. 18 minus 9 is 9. 1 minus 8 we're unable to do, so we'll regroup, take 100. So we now have 10 hundreds plus the 1 that was there. We have 11 hundreds. Minus 8, count up, 8, 9, 10, 11, equals 3. We regrouped ones, we have 4 hundreds. We have 6,000s, 14 hundreds, 14 minus 8, count up again, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 600s, and 6 minus 2 is 4. Your final answer should be 4,639. Give yourself a star for the answer, and give yourself a star for showing your regrouping. This week, we got rid of rounding and added in some division, which really looks like multiplication in these problems. But we're practicing the first steps of the standard algorithm of division. So the first problem says 4 times what can get as close to 25 as possible without going over. This means about. So I know 4 times 5 is 20. And 4 times 6 is 24. That's as close as we can get without going over. 6 times what gets us close to 50? Well, let's see. 6 times 10 is 60. That's too large. 6 times 9 is 54. Still too large. 6 times 8 is 48. And finally, 10 times what gets us as close to 35? So let's see, 10 times 3 gets us to 30. If we did one more, 10 times 4, that would take us to 40, which would bust or go over. So we have to stay with 10 times 3. All right, go ahead and give yourself a star for each of these that you got correct. That's up to 3 stars. All right, next we have multiplication. We're still doing area model. Today we're doing 47 times 32. Make sure you have your area model on your paper. We're going to split up 47 to 10 and 1. So that's 40 plus 7 and 30 plus 2. In this first box, we have 40 times 30. Find the area of that box. 4 times 3 is 12. Move it over 2 places on the place value chart for those 2 zeros. We have 1,200 or 1,200. Here we're doing 7 times 30. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 1 0 on the end. And then 40 times 2 is 80. And finally, 2 times 7 is 14. Now that we have all those partial products, we need to go ahead and add them up to find the final product. So in the ones place, we just have 4. And then 8 plus those 2 is 10. Regroup the 1. 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. Bring down the 1. Your final answer should be 1,504. Give yourself for an area model, a star for an area model. Give yourself a star for the answer. That's 2 total stars you can earn for this problem. And our last problem of the day is our word problem. And this one says that we need 6 oranges for a small glass of orange juice. And we need 8 times as many oranges for a large glass of orange juice. How many oranges do we need for a large glass? So if we have 6 small times 8, So 6 small times 8 gives us how many large? Or if you look at it backwards, you could say how many large is 8 times as great as the 6 small. 6 times 8 went on a date. When they got back, they were 48. So you also need to write this in a complete sentence. Cody needs 48 oranges for a large glass. The G got a little messed up there. Give yourself a star for a sentence. Please check, make sure you have capital and period or end punctuation. Give yourself a star for the answer of 48. That's 2 total stars you can earn on this page. So let's count up our final stars. Draw your fraction bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total stars becomes your denominator. You put how many you earned as your numerator. Great job, and I'll see you tomorrow.